Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back for another Total War video with the Terminator. For a long time now, I've been drumming on about a Medieval 3, Empire 2, or even a Victoria Total War, but I think we can all agree one of the best settings for a new Total War game would absolutely be Pike and Shot. If you don't know, Pike and Shot refers to a type of warfare seen in the early 16th century Europe and involved a particular formation of early Musketmen surrounded by pikemen and other melee infantry. Developed at first by France as a powerful offensive tactic, it quickly got adopted by other European kingdoms and even spread as far east as Japan. Many Total War players, including maybe yourself, would like to see this era be depicted in a Total War game, and I completely agree. But until then, guys, I've made this video to tell you that there is a really promising mod that is already making this happen. Pike and Shot Total War for Napoleon is a mod that pretty accurately depicts the early 1600s, with brilliant factions to get into, loads of new units that look absolutely incredible, and even special scripts to make the campaign quite dynamic. I guarantee, guys, that this is a mod you 100% need to try, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why. So let's get started. Being developed by Total War modder Danilo, Pike and Shot has a lot of ambition with 5 campaigns in development. There's the 30 Years' War, which is the one currently released and playable. There will be a Time of the Revolutions campaign focusing on the struggles of England and Eastern Europe, a Wars of the Sun King campaign set in 1667, War of the Grand Alliance set in 1688, and finally the Wars of the Spanish Succession set in the early 1700s. All of these, of course, will take years of development, but right now you can download the mod on ModDB and play the 30 Years' War campaign, which comes with 24 unique factions. From the Habsburgs to England to the Ottoman Empire and even the Papal States, many of these factions have unique units that look absolutely fantastic, unique characters and historically accurate circumstances, and scripted events that put certain factions at war against each other. From a campaign perspective, things are still very much in development, guys, with faction descriptions still missing, building trees still mostly vanilla, etc. But there is plenty that has already been done to give it the Pike and Shot feel it needs. The UI has been completely revamped, and actually when you download the mod, you do get access to a variety of faction-specific UI. The loading screens have all been changed up to make the game feel a lot more immersive, and I have to say the images used here are just fantastic. Technology and research has also seen a major revamp, with new military techs giving you higher tier units and things like reduced misfire chances on the battlefield. Civil techs provide bonuses to research and access to higher tier settlement buildings. The tech tree will definitely get more over time, but for now, it is a really great start. The main objective here, though, is to accurately immerse the player in the time period, and this is really nicely achieved through the various conflicts that you are unknowingly pulled into. As the Ottomans, for example, unless you declare war on the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth right away, you will be given a mission to take the city of Kamenets-Podolski, which, while this technically happened later in the 1670s, still provides a very cool, unique precursor to the Great Ottoman War in this period. Other scripts, like this one, almost force the player into certain conflicts, but to be quite honest, they make perfect sense. As the Ottomans, you have protectorates with Transylvania, the Crimeans, and Moldavia, and you should really try to protect them against the expansionist Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. So it's a very nice way of directing your efforts into a major war in the region. And the same could be said with the English and France, or the Habsburgs and the Dutch. All these conflicts that actually, through major alliances, can quickly turn into a major European war pretty quickly, which is just awesome. The main event, though, of course, with Pike and Shot Total War is the brand new units and the absolutely epic battles. Not all, but most of the playable factions have access to a wide range of new units, from light to heavily armored pikemen, ranged and melee cavalry, and of course ranged infantry, from crossbowmen to arquebusiers to line infantry musketmen. All of these units don unique hats, helmets, uniforms, weaponry, shields, facial hair, loads of unique textures, models, and assets across the board, which is really where this mod shines. And of course, Pike and Shot battles are completely different to vanilla Napoleon and Empire. This is a very unique type of European warfare where you have to use a mix of medieval melee weaponry to hold off cavalry, as well as offensively push the enemy infantry and the musket line infantry to fire from range. It's a very fine line between using all these different types of infantry defensively versus aggressively. I mean, I personally really struggled to understand at first how to play battles, but once you get the hang of Pike and Shot formations and you start understanding the role of each unit, battles get very, very fun. Personally, guys, I would recommend you go into custom battles first, play like 3 or 4 different types of battles, siege battles, land battles, etc., to really get a feel for how to use mortars or cavalry, where to deploy your pikes in pike formation, because this is a very unique type of warfare that you need to understand before playing the campaign. An example I can show you is, as England, I had an Irish rebellion pop up, which I swiftly dispatched an army to quash, of course, in British style, but the Irish were a lot more melee orientated than I expected, charging lines of pikemen into my line infantry that I didn't have enough time to react to, and I got completely obliterated. It was actually a great learning experience and a really fun battle, but the point is you really need to go and practice first, guys, to prepare you for situations like this one. Finally, guys, it's important to remember that this mod is still early in development. We still don't have naval units. There's still plenty more unique characters to be added into each faction, as well as, of course, finishing off unit rosters for other factions. There's still the other 4 campaigns that are planned, which will just be awesome, and there are loads of crash and bug issues that are still being ironed out. But for a single developer with some help here and there, Danilo has done an amazing job of creating this mod so far, and I, for one, highly recommend you go check it out for yourself. And that's it for today, guys. Pike and Shot is an amazing mod available for Napoleon that you can access on ModDB. I've dropped a link below to the webpage so you can get in there and get downloading. The installation is very simple and clearly laid out in the description as well. All you need to do is place the data folder in your Napoleon folder and place the user preferences file in the highlighted directory here. There are other files as well for the unique faction UIs and some graphical enhancements, and I recommend you get the patches and fixes as well that have been more recently released. Also, Pike and Shot has a very bright future, but it could probably use a bit of help, guys. So if you're interested, drop by the mods Discord server I've linked below, talk to Danilo directly and see how you can help. At the very least, you could report on any bugs or crashes you experience, which I'm sure he'd really appreciate. If you have any questions or thoughts, guys, drop them in the comments section below. I'm happy to answer anything you may have as best as I can. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and found it informative. Subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news, and consider supporting the channel by becoming a member or buying a coffee. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.